Excuse me. What in the world are you thinking?
Mean Gene, the first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I gotta say.
What up, y'all? It's KMB, the Sex Ninja, in the place to be for a Paper Saber universe, and this is the New World Podcast, brother. Oh, man, I'm excited. We're going to talk about Collision, June 24th, 2023. Kevin Kelly, Nigel McGuinness on commentary. We're in Toronto, and this is the final go-home to Forbidden Door. That card is stacked, and I can't wait to do my picks and predictions so we can talk about it, but the build-up was tonight, and I gotta say, I didn't mention this in the first episode of Collision, the theme song, and Elton John's Saturday Night's All Right. It fits, so it kind of took me off for the first time, and I was like, oh, but now that I'm used to it, it's like, Saturday Night's All Right. I was like, it got me pumped and excited, because I woke up, got the crusties off my eyes, and, I put on the headphones, and I got the phone, and it just hits you, and I'm just like, yeah, and what really hit me, too, is some old school promo action to hype you up for the night. CMFTR, Ricky Starks, because they had the big main event tonight with the Guns and Bullet Club Gold. It's definitely some old school, like, hey, and, give your balls a tug from CM Punk. Then you switch over to the Guns and Bullet Club Gold. It's just that old school flavor, like, hey, tonight I'm going to whoop your ass, brother, And it got me in such a nostalgia mode. I went through and I picked up some episodes from WWF's Saturday nights main events and stuff like that, where, you got Hogan, like, look here, brother, I'm going to come for you and drop the big leg, brother, and this was just so fucking cool. To me, it was, as an old school wrestling fan, as a new school wrestling fan, as a pro wrestling fan, this really hit the feels of like, oh, this is the Lord's work right here going on, man. I don't believe in it. I don't believe in anything like that. But I'm just saying, this was like the pro wrestling gods at its finest, and it made me happy. And I'm just talking about two promos to kick us off in the show, and then we get into the theme song and the intro. All right. With the mystery partners revealed for Sting and Darby when they go take on Jericho, and Suzuki and Sammy Guevara at Forbidden Door. Naito, oh man. Another, like, because Tony's in the ring, Jericho interrupts, and he's with Suzuki, and then he's going off, and he's like, Tony, don't you? I'm going to break your teeth and shove it down your throat. And here comes Sting and Darby, and I love the fact that, even in the ring, even in peril, he's got a bat pointed towards his neck by Chris Jericho. He's in deep trouble. Tony has to go, it's Sting! But man, and when they come out and Darby's talking, and when he goes, yeah, you have a little bit of history with this person. This person beat you, Chris Jericho, for the Intercontinental Championship. And I was like, oh shit, Wrestle Kingdom 13, 2019. Are we talking about Naito? And he comes out in the glorious, I was like, oh my gosh, man. And they got him face to face, and it took me back too. And like that time when the new wrestling boom was about to happen, when Jericho went over to New Japan, he was the Painmaker and did all this crazy stuff, and and that's when all the stuff with Cody and the Bucks and all Elites getting fresh and all, it was just awesome. Him and Naito face to face, and I remember being like, when Chris did the jump over to New Japan Pro Wrestling, it was a huge deal. And when Jericho signed with AEW, another huge deal, because we thought he was just going to be a WWE guy. But I'm excited that they're going to have this big match at Forbidden Door. Fucking awesome. Miro promo, don't really care. I've said it before, I'm not a big Miro fan. He's talking about gods and letting go and his wife. I don't know. It looked cool. I can say that. Swerve Strickland with Prince Nana versus the Hiroshi Tanahashi. This match was rough. And for a match that's rough for somebody like Tanahashi, who's going to go and face MJF, he got the win, but man, I can see some stiffness. I can see, there's some spots that just him and Swerve weren't clicking. And I was like, okay, I hope this is just a warm-up and Tanahashi gets a little bit more loose when he faces MJF, and they're going to be the first match because MJF, his music hits, and he comes on the screen and everything like that, and he's like, hey, I asked Tony, in order for this match to happen, I want it to be the first match of the night because I don't want to be in this city, I don't want to be in this state, I don't know, he's really like tearing down Canada and everything like that, and he goes, yeah, and my favorite line of his is, I'm gonna take that air guitar, Ace, question marks. Quotation marks, and he's like, Ace, I'm gonna shove it up your ass. I was like, whoa! I've never seen an air guitar shoved up a man's ass. Now I want to see it. But I'm hoping this match right here was Swerve. Swerve was good. It was just Hiroshi. He just like, I don't know. They just weren't clicking, and there's some spots where he kind of messed up. But like I said, it could just be one of those off nights. We shall see, but Tanahashi for the win. Next match, Brody King versus Andrade. This was a good match. Ended in a DQ. Brody's with Julia Hart. Buddy Matthews comes out and they just lay waste to him. But I really like the fact that Andrade is using the figure eight. That I just think that's so cool. But Buddy Matthews was not having it. I thought, is he going to tap out Brody? Nope. Because Buddy Matthews comes out and they go and attack and they got his mask because Julia Hart was teasing him earlier with it. And Malachi's on the screen and he's holding up the mask and they're like, haha, we got your mask. Yeah, see that? Got it. Lights go out. Okay. And this show, I wouldn't say it's as good as the first show, because the first show was exciting, it was new, fresh, but I do like the feel of it. I do like it does feel different from a Dynamite and a Rampage, and Dynamite and Rampage are pretty much almost the same thing because, they both have the same look and stuff like that, but this feels different and new. We got Christian Cage, with Tony and Luchasaurus, takes a shot at Cody. Talks about the TNT Championship, blah, 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 and man, he really tore down Canada in his promo just to make sure everyone hates him because, he's a hometown. Oh yeah, that was a great thing too about Jericho. Just to shut down that crowd after singing his song, he goes, I'm from Winnipeg, you idiots. I think him and Christian did a really great job to turn that crowd on each other. Turn them around to hate them. So Owen Hart package, this big tournament that's happening. That's the next match that's coming up. Owen Hart Cup tournament, round 1, Willow Nightingale versus Nyla Rose. This match was fun. My girl Willow, I'm like, I want Willow to go all the way. She's got a big match with Toni Storm. The Outcasts do come out at the end after Willow wins, but Sky Blue comes out with a chair, and I'm like, oh my gosh, life is just good. And I hope we get to the point of these two battling it out, but also too, I like the fact that they're partners in the face of the Outcasts. This was a really great match. Willow Nightingale moves on. Sky Blue moves on in the tournament as well from Rampage. Scorpio Sky backstage interview saying like, hey, I saw the little package highlight reels they showed of me, blah 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 blah. That I goes, I should be grateful for a career like that, blah blah blah. Because no, you haven't seen anything yet. That's what I got from this, and I was like, ooh, Scorpio Sky coming on in. I like it. Powerhouse Hobbs versus Jeremy Prophet, a.k.a. Squash Gang. I'm going to make that a shirt. It has to be a shirt. Squash Gang in the house. I was like, this poor bastard. Powerhouse Hobbs. There's really nothing you can say besides that. It's Powerhouse Hobbs. He's big. He's mean. He's got QTV behind him. He got them. But now, the main event. CMFTR, Ricky Starks versus the Guns and Bullet Club Gold. Punk, at first I was like, whoa, that crowd's popping for him. There's a little bit of a mixed reaction is what I was listening to. There was some boos, there was some cheers, but he stated, hey, you could boo me, you can love me, you can hate me, I don't care. This is what fuels him, and he, and I got goosebumps during this match, because when him and Jay White first the tease of the two facing each other, I was like, oh my God, the possibilities of who Punk can face, But I was really taken back about the reaction of the crowd. So, and we shall see how Forbidden Door goes, because Punk has a match in the Owen Hart tournament as well. So, but this was a crazy match, man. It was crazy spots back and forth, and Punk looked great in this match, to be honest. Like, he did a lot more in this match than he did in his debut at Collision last week. But I agree with this 100%. The Guns and the Bullet Club Gold got it. Or could we just say the Bullet Club Gold? Because right at the end, after getting the big win, the big victory, Jay White goes over, gun to the sky, and all of them come in at once, the Guns and Juice and everything. I was like, the formation of the Bullet Club Gold is finally here. So I cannot wait to see the Guns rocking Bullet Club Gold shirts along with Juice, along with Jay White, because I'm in for this 100%. Guns up. Bang, bang, gang, folks. Bang, bang, gang. And I don't think it's over between CMFTR and Ricky Starks. We're going to get another big match with these two, and we could get it at All In. So I'm excited about that. Or we could get it on another Collision. We'll see. But MJF, though, even though he was on a video, he is going to make his in-ring debut June 29th on the show. So, and they announced 3 more matches for 0 Hour. Not just the pay-per-view, for 0 Hour. There's 4 matches now altogether. I'll talk about that in my picks and predictions. But, man, what a show. I will say it's not as solid as last week's show, but I give it a 4 out of 5. This is a go-home show for a pay-per-view. And I was rocking. And Saturday night's all right, as the good Elton John would say. All right, y'all. Tell me what you thought of the show. What did you like? What did you not like? What did you think of that Swerve and Hiroshi match? Like I said, it was pretty rough, and I don't know. All right. Like and subscribe. Share with your grandma. Share with your grandpa. Share with the bum down at Walmart. I am KMB, the Sexy Ninja. Go to ProWrestlingTees.com and get yourself, /. Don't forget the / New World Podcast, and get that sweet nWp logo. You want that? I want to see it in the crowds at shows. And remember that the New World Podcast is for life.
Tag partner kicked your ass.
Calling out Chris Jericho specifically.
At the Tokyo Dome.